Hello everyone, welcome to MeanLifeStudies. In the previous video, we have seen how to change the data types of any particular column, and also we have seen how we can change the any data type of any extracted column also while we are transforming the data with the help of cast function, right? So now in this video, we are going to see how we can change the order of the data in a data frame by using order by class, or you can also use sort function, right? So with the help of these two, we can change the order of any data we have, okay? And also we are going to discuss about grouping class with the help of different aggregate functions also. Okay, so let's see how we can do that now. So what is the data frame that we are using? That is data underscore df, right? So I'm just looking at the data frame now. So this is the data frame we have, and now if you observe, we have different columns are there, and this data by default ordered on the basis of id, right? So now I want to change this order as per the salary in descending order. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Remember, we are not changing back to original, we are just looking at it by using different, right? Different functions and all. Now you can see data underscore df. So how we can change the order of that any data frame? So with the help of two class, that is order by class, or also you can also use sort function, right? So now I'm just using order by, you can see here it's recommending, right? Order by of. Now, so whatever the column that you want to, right? I'm just using salary. Okay, now I'm just using show button. Now you can see, so this was changed. The order normally in 1 2 3 4 likewise, but now the order got changed as per the salary. By default it's ascending order, right? So now I don't want to, I want to have in descending order of the salary. Then how we can change that? So you have to ensure that this is a column of salary, and now you're going to mention this as descending order. Okay, so that we'll be getting order of the data in descending order of the particular, like salaries. That is what we have considered, right? So not only a single column, you can also consider multiple columns also. So here I'm just arranging the data on the basis of salary, right, in descending order. So if you are not mentioning this one, by default it's ascending order only. You can see here. So you can also mention like this. You can see it is sorted the data, ordered the data in the order of salary in ascending order by default. So now I want to mention one more column as call of department. Okay, so in this department I'm just mentioning this as descending order, or else you can also mention first call of department. So it will be the right meaning, right? So I'm just using department in ascending order and then call of salary. Okay, now this is descending order. Okay, and you have to close this bracket. So this is up to two columns. On the basis of two columns we are ordering the data, right? And then we are looking at it by using show. Okay, now if I execute this one, what's going to return? It's going to return on first on the basis of department in ascending order. So what is the first letter? S is last. Okay, first it's going to sorting the data on the basis of department. In that department, here you can see here data science, data analytics there, right? So among these we'll be getting first as data analytics, right? Because data. Okay, so after that here A is here, but here S is there, right? So that's why we'll be getting data analytics first, and among those we'll be using one more column, right? So that is we are ordering the data on the basis of salary in descending order, so that among those two, so we'll be getting highest salary in the first one, and the next one will be followed by the next one, right? So similarly in the next one you'll be getting data science, and among those two first we'll be getting the highest salary person and then lowest one, because we are using descending order, right? So let's see here. Now if I execute this one, you can see here first we are getting data analytics team and then data science and after that software. But if you observe in data analytics team, first we are getting highest salary person and then lowest one, highest one, lowest one. So because of this is the reason. Now if I change this to ascending order, or else you can also remove it. Okay, let's see here. I'm just using ascending order, or by default also is ascending order only. Now you can see, so we'll be getting data analytics only, but if you observe, first we are getting the lowest in data analytics and then highest. Here also data science also lowest and then highest, because we are using ascending order. Even if you remove this also, you will be getting because by default it's a ascending order. Now you can see you'll be getting the same. You can see now, right? I hope you understood. The same thing we can also achieve. So here, okay, let's see here. I'm just changing this department order to descending order, so that we'll be getting first software and then data science and then data analytics, right? And after that, if you observe, we are using second column, that is column by default of salary in ascending order. So now we will be getting software because we are using descending order, right? So software will be getting first, and among those we will be getting first as lowest one and after that highest one, because salary in ascending order, right? So now if I execute this one, you can see now first we are getting software, and among those we will be getting first is the lowest one and then second is the highest one, because we are using that. right? So this is how we can use multiple columns also in order to order the data in any order you want. Okay, so not only this one, you can also use sort also. Let's see here. I'm just copying this one. So in place of order by, you can also use sort. Okay, sort. So sort function, I'm just using this one. Now you can see you'll be getting the same result whatever you are getting here. Now you can see now software you are getting first, and among those two you'll be getting the lowest and then highest. Data science lowest and then highest. So now you can see here I'm just changing to normal, so that both are in ascending order. Ascending order in the sense, first you'll be getting data analytics, next data science, and then software. Among those two you'll be getting lowest one will be the first and then highest one will be the next, because those are in ascending order. You can see data analytics first, among those two 4,50,000 is the first and then highest one, lowest one, highest one in each, right? So this is how you can order the data in any data frame with the help of order by class, or even you can also use sort function, right? So not only a single column, you can also use multiple columns also, and you can mention, if you are not mentioning anything, by default it's ascending order. If you want to have the in descending order, you have to mention it. Okay, I hope you understood how we can order the data in any data frame with the help of order by and sort function. Okay, so now we'll see how we can group the number of records in a data frame. Okay, with the help of group by class. Okay, now sorry, group by class. Okay, now you can see data underscore df. So we have this one, and also we'll be discussing aggregate functions also. So now this is the data we have. So how we can group the data? So with the help of any particular column, or you can also use any number of columns also, you can use it, right? So now how many records we have? There are total of 6 records we have. Now I'm just taking data underscore df dot select. So whatever the columns you want to select, you can mention it. ID, comma, name, comma, salary, and then department. Okay. So with the help of, I'm just returning this one. Now you can see, even if you want to look at this one, you can also see here. You'll be getting only those particular columns only. Na? So these are the columns you are trying to return. So now what I'm doing here, I'm just using dot group by of, you can see here, group by of, I'm trying to use department. Okay. So let's see here. You can see here. So what is this error? So group by data. Okay. Here I'm just removing this one. Group by your data. Okay, so now you can see here. So what we are trying to return here, we are just returning all data and we are just grouping it, right? So it's going to return errors. You can see what is the error. Okay, it's returning, but it's not returning the data because of, okay, let's see if I use show button again. You can see here, group data object has new attribute show. So we cannot see it directly, right? Because this is a group data. So we have divided this data into number of, groups, right? So now to see that, we have to see using count button. Okay, count, we are just looking at it. So how many groups are formed, and for each, how many counts are there? Let's see how many records are there for each. Now if I use show, you can see here. So now you can see how many groups it's formed. So it's formed like, so group by of department, and it's returning like how many records are there in each department. That is data analytics team, how many are there? So software, how many are there? Data science, how many are there? Right? So this is how it's returning. Department wise, number of. Now if you want to group by of multiple columns also, you can do that. Okay, let's see here. So how we can do that? Just mention ID. Now you can see, if I execute this one, you can see now how we are getting. So this is the group now. So ID has to be one, data analytics. So in data analytics there is different ID, right? So now these all are distinct groups now, right? So each group, one people is there, one record is there under each group. So even if you want to add few more groups also, like name also, you will be getting like the same, right? Because each ID is different only now. You can see here. So now this total 6 records got divided into 6 groups. Okay, and if you are using only one column of department, now you can see all 6 records got divided into 3 groups, because on the basis of number of departments are there, right? So now if I execute this one, you can see now. So department wise number of records, those are this one, right? So now let's see how we can find department wise total salaries. Okay, here also you can find it, no problem. Now I'm just copying this one, or else you can also write it here, data underscore df dot, directly you can use group by of. So what is that? Department wise we are trying to find dot sum of, what is that? Salary, right? I'm just finding this one. Now if I use show button, you can see here. So what you are getting? So we are getting total salary paying to each employees for each department, right? In each department we are finding like total salary. You can see data analytics team, this is the total, and software, this is the total. You can see here. Now if I group by of multiple columns, now you can see not only department, if I use name, You can see here, not only name, you can also use any other column you want. Okay, you can see how it's going to return. You can see now, because data analytics team are in Bangalore, software in Chennai, data science in Pune. You can see now where is that data, you can see. So data science team Pune, data analytics team Bangalore, software team Chennai. So that is the reason we are getting the same result, right? So if I use one more column as name, you will be getting all 6 records, because we are grouping by of all this combination, right? So there are multiple employees are there, right? So now you can see we will be getting 6 groups. You can see now. So all are 6 groups, and we are finding the total salaries for each group. Okay, so this is how you can also use multiple columns in a group. Okay, so now, so if you want to find any other response like averages and count, minimum salary, maximum salary, you can also find it. Okay, so individually also you can find it, or you can also find all at a time also. Let's see here, I'm just finding here data underscore df dot group by of. So for each department I'm finding. Okay, so group by of department. Here I'm just using minimum of salary. Okay, dot show. If I execute this one, you can see it's going to return the minimum salary in each department is returning. So these are the 3 minimum, because we have a total of 6 people. Among those 2, each department has 2 employees. Among those 2, we have the minimum salaries, this one. So you can also return one more, like you can also mention max also, max of salary. You can see here, what is this error? Invalid syntax, na? So you have to use here dot. So data frame object has no attribute max. Okay, so that is the reason here, if you are trying to find directly, it's going to issue, right? So that is where we have different methods are there, like here. Now I'm just using aggregate. Now in that aggregate, we are going to find all aggregate function at a time. Okay, let's see how we can do that. So now I'm just using minimum of salary. I'm just aliasing this as minimum salary. Okay, so now if I execute this one, it's going to return. Okay, now what is this error? String object has new attribute alias, na? Here. Okay, what is this one? Okay, group by of department dot aggregate of this one. Okay, first we'll see, we are going to importing the minimum max all functions from PySpark dot SQL dot functions import minimum. Okay, now you can see it's executed. First, when you are applying aggregate function, you need to import all of them. Like minimum, all aggregate function you have to import, like minimum, max, and average. Okay, and sum, and then count. You have to import all of them. And after that, even if you want to find any other response, also you can see here max of salary dot alias of max salary. Okay, and then sum of salary dot alias of total salary. So these are the 3 responses we are trying to find for each department. Okay, so now if I use show button, you can able to see all these 3 responses at a time. You can see now, so department wise minimum salary, this one minimum salaries, and these are the maximum salary, and these are the 6 employees only we have, right? So now if you add these 2, we will be getting this one. If you add these 2, we will be getting this one. If you add these 2, we will be getting this one only, na? So this is how, if you want to find all at a time, you will be using this type of method, like aggregation of. So this will allow us to write a different aliases also, right? So now, so there are different methods. You can also follow different methods also. Now you can see I'm just counting of IDs, alias of number of employees. Okay, so what else we have? That is average only, na? So average of salary dot alias of average salary, na? So now you can see all aggregate functions at a time we are finding. You can see now. So this is how you have to remember here, we are finding for each department, right? So if I remove this one, you can see now how it's going to return. Now if I copy this one, and if I paste here, if I remove group by, so how it's going to return? It's going to return the aggregate values for entire organization, na? You can see here. So it's written like entire organization, what is the total salaries. So this is the minimum salary among all 6. You can see now. So what are the 6 employees are there? You can see here. What is the minimum among these 6? That is 55. What is the maximum? This one. So you can see here, the maximum salary will return 6,70,000 only. And this is the total salary for entire organization. So if you want to find the department wise, you have to use group by of. If you want to find group by of, you can see here, not only a department, you can also use group by of location wise also. So location wise, what is the total salary, minimum salary, you can also find it. You can see now. So not only single column, these are the responses for each location wise. So each location wise you are finding the all stats like min, max, count, total and averages. Okay, so not only single column, you can also use multiple columns also. So like you can also use department, because we'll be having same result, because here in a each department lies in a same location, so that's why we are getting the same result. Okay, so this is how you can also use different aggregate function with help of this one aggregate function, and you can also use group by of multiple columns also. Okay, I hope you understood how we can sort the data with help of sort and order by class, and how we can group by different records into number of groups, and also we have seen how we can find different aggregate function like sum, min, max and averages and all. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you.